Sales. How many of us have them? Sales. Ones we can depend on. Sales. How many of us have them? Talking about sales. The ones we can depend on. Sales transport is the name of the game. They both use movement, but they're not the same. Man, hold up. Man, hold up. All right, students. That's enough rapping for today. So, we're continuing our topic on sales transport, and we learned last week about active transport and passive transport. As a quick review, passive transport requires no energy. So molecules are able to move inside and outside the cell. Sometimes they can go through the membrane, or they can go through what we call protein channels. And then we learn with active transport, because they use protein pumps and they require energy, and we call that energy what? ATP. Yeah, you know me. Are you down with ATP? Every last body. Everybody uses ATP. Your cells use ATP, that energy. So that is active transport. Today, I want to focus on protein pumps and protein channels. So we know protein channels go with passive transport because they require no energy from your cell to use. And we know protein pumps go with active transport because you need energy to power them. Now, as easy as that sounds to a teacher, let me break it down in something that everybody can understand. So imagine that the Hutto Ninth Grade Center is a cell, right? And we are all molecules that are moving throughout the cell. So in order for us to move up and down the floors, we need to find a medium, or we need to find a way to travel it. So within the cell of the Hutto Ninth Grade Center, there's staircase that everybody so loves very much. That would be an example of a protein channel. Why? Because it takes no energy from the school to power the stairs. The stairs are just there. And we know to go up and down to get to each floor we need to get to. So that would be your example of a protein channel. It's there to allow molecules to move, but it does not require any energy from the cell to power it. So if the stairs are an example of a protein channel, the protein pump would be like an elevator, right? It takes electricity, it takes power from the cell to power the elevator. So that elevator would be our example of a protein pump because it requires some type of energy for it to move you from the first floor to the second or the third floor. And that would be an example again of active transport because it requires some type of energy. I hope you found this video to be helpful when understanding the difference between protein pumps and protein channels. Remember, protein channels go with passive transport because no energy is required. And then, of course, protein pumps, if you think of pump, there has to be some type of energy that requires that pump to work. And think about the elevator the next time you think about a protein pump. That is all for this time. We'll be back later getting ready for our osmosis lab. We're going to be using gummy bears. And we all know that osmosis is the diffusion of water, the diffusion of water. See you next time.